On February 6, 2023, a massive earthquake hit southwestern Turkey and Syria. 10 major cities in Turkey and many more small towns and villages were devastated. As of the date of this recording, over 100,000 people have been injured and more than 50,000 have been reported as deceased, with those numbers tragically increasing every day. Even those that survived their injuries need long-term intensive care to get back on their feet, due to the harsh conditions that many were trapped in for hours and days at a time while they waited for rescue. More than 1,900 children are still in hospital after having lost limbs to the earthquake. 200 of them are too young to talk, so finding their parents and families is very challenging. 4 million elementary and middle school-age students live in the earthquake zone. These kids don't have schools to go to, and many of their teachers are casualties. Over 1 million are preschool-aged. Hundreds of thousands of college students are in the same situation. All of these kids and young adults have had their lives slammed to a stop during crucial times of growth, social development, and learning. Over 750,000 apartment units have been destroyed. 200,000 buildings are damaged but still standing. However, people cannot trust them to be safe, even if they live there. These families are effectively homeless. Although it's not making headline news anymore, this disaster is not over. Recovery and relief will take years. YUVA Foundation's origin is directly helping children in need, emotionally and financially. However, with such a massive disaster and such an overwhelming call for aid, YUVA volunteers are going above and beyond to personally help families without pause since February 6th. In 2020, when an earthquake hit the city of Izmir in western Turkey, Seher Perinçek was trapped in her home with her 4 children. After 23 hours under the rubble, all except for her 3-year-old daughter Elif were dug out by rescuers. 65 hours later, Elif was found and saved. However, their 7-year-old son Umut passed away in hospital from his injuries. Mr. and Mrs. Perinçek transformed the pain of losing their son into a driver of hope for children affected by earthquakes and founded YUVA, a 100% non-profit organization where they work on the ground along with volunteers to directly supply aid and care for kids in need. Even at a young age, Umut was known as a kind soul whose life would brighten others. Umut's name translated to English means hope, and through YUVA, Umut continues to be a shining light of hope for kids and families. They provide food, clothes, shelter, and even ongoing services like childcare. Their service extends beyond immediate disaster relief, hosting social activities for kids like museum visits, arts and crafts, and personally making sure that these kids and families feel safely cared for so that they can recover from their traumas. The founders, Mr. and Mrs. Perinçek, along with volunteers, spend vital one-on-one time with these kids to ensure that they feel cared for and that they're making the emotional connections crucial to helping them out of shock and depression. YUVA is 100% non-profit, volunteer-operated, and donation-funded. The goal of this campaign is to support YUVA with funding to purchase aid, food, clothes, school supplies, and more. Please see the description below for more details on YUVA, what they do, and an insight into the costs of these supplies. YUVA's mission is to create a community of helpers. By funding this campaign, you are one of those helpers.